Well, it's a real pleasure and an honor to be here and to be welcomed into your circle, lovely ladies. I know how special these spaces are. And I'm quite excited as well because this particular area that we're going to talk about today, I've only worked with women on a one-to-one basis. This is the first time I've talked about it kind of publicly in a group, so to speak. So I'm a bit excited. And it's really fun. For me, this subject is really, really fun. And I want to just give you like a brief intro as to how I got to talking about sexuality, because it's a newer thing for me to be talking about with other people. But basically, I've been working as a healer and a channel and a spiritual coach for over 15 years. And then I get very clear intuitive guidance and messages about what I'm supposed to be doing and when I'm supposed to be doing it and all that sort of thing. And I got a message, about 3 years ago, I think now, to start talking to women about money. And at that time, I thought, this is like the worst subject I could possibly speak on, because in my community, like kind of the spiritual conscious community, it was like blasphemy. It was the idea of like the money is the root of all evil, and, money is like creates greed and all these bad and awful things. So I thought, I'm going to come and talk about money. I felt like I was going to be this money whore, basically. But I got very, very clear guidance that we needed to shift and transform our relationship with money, especially as women, especially as conscious women, heart-led women, because actually we want money to be, in the hands of people who are going to use it in really awesome, conscious ways. That was my message. So I went on, I wrote a book called Money Manifestation Mastery, and started teaching about how to manifest money into your life and into your business in alignment with your heart and soul, so your purpose. And this came through, and I started, teaching about it and working with clients on it, and did create a course. But what started happening, right, was that every session I offered, and every time we were looking at the subject of money and money manifesting, a few things happened, which I thought was really interesting. One, what I recognized, so I did like hundreds of these coaching sessions with women, and I discovered with every single woman I spoke to, this is slightly a side note, but I think it's really interesting, is we discovered or uncovered a core wound, I call it a core wound, of women not feeling good enough, not feeling enough. And that women might have described it in slightly different ways, but it's not feeling good enough was the core wound. But then we start digging a little bit deeper. So what I've seen is there's like a shadow and a light of everything. So there might be something you might find like a wound or a challenge, like not feeling good enough. But then it's like, hey, where's the gold in this? And what started happening with every single session was that every single session became about vaginas. So all my sessions were guiding me into women's womb, the uterus, and their vaginas. And I was like, excuse me, I'm going to talk about your vaginas. Okay. And it was really, I was a little bit embarrassed about it at first. But like money, talking about money at first felt awful to me. And then it's like, oh my God, they're going to think I'm like some kind of spiritual pervert or something. So it all came, like, what I'm trying to say is it sort of came through in a way that I was not comfortable talking about all this stuff in the beginning. But super fascinating. So when we started exploring, money manifestation, abundance, and then all of this sexuality stuff started coming up as well. And what I discovered is they're all very interconnected and interlinked, also with our power. And so for a lot of, I work with women. I mean, I'm sure probably similar stuff with men as well, but all around this is the blocks around our abundance, money stuff, we're all around the sacral chakra and the base chakras. So around the area of the uterus, the hips, the pelvic floor, and our genital organs. So actually even the anus and the whole area. So all the sessions that I was guiding clients into became about this part of the body, and just, ooh, this is super fascinating. So all the stuff I want to share with you today and bring through with you today has been an area of exploration and a great discovery for me, and something I find endlessly fascinating, because it also interlinks with our power as women, and the seat, the seat of our power as well. And wow, there's like an infinite sort of cave of amazingness that lie within us. and I still feel like I'm a new explorer. But it's how fun and exciting to dive in and uncover all of this amazing stuff. And for me, this is also what these women's circles have really helped, like they really help to access as well. There's a lot of magic that happens in these spaces when women gather. I feel like the deeper purpose is about us awakening the wisdom of the feminine power. And it's we know it, like everything that we're going to do together today, you do know somewhere deep within you. But it's like a forgotten wisdom. You know, it's like burying treasure and maybe forgetting where you buried it. We're going to go and kind of try and dig it up and rediscover what's actually already there. So everything we're going to look at in terms of sexuality and our sexual energy link into so many areas of our life. So the experience of abundance and our financial wealth, our empowerment, our pleasure, our joy, so like our power to create our lives. And so it's pretty awesome stuff. So there's obviously a lot of like technical information, but for me, what I think is the most powerful is to have an experience and to just go in and explore through our bodies. Are you all okay with doing that today together? Cool. Am I making sense so far? Can you give me a thumbs up if you understand what the hell I'm talking about? Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. And then the next thing I just want to say is that for over 20 years, I received a vision. When I was 18 years old, I started getting these visions about the future, and I was shown all sorts of amazing things happening. But one of the visions was about women's power rising, like women stepping back into their power. And all the ways that the feminine energy or the feminine power has been suppressed for so long, it's time. It's just time. It's ready to rise and be reborn and rediscovered. And I was seeing that a very, very long time ago. And I feel like this is happening. We can see it happening in the world, can't we? Like a really big, powerful shift happening. And I feel like we're all part of that. And we can contribute by unlocking our own energy and doing that inner work. And seeing where it takes us. Because for me, it's like this is the journey into the unknown as well. Somewhere deep we know it, but it's also kind of like exploring a whole new area within ourselves, which I think is really exciting. Never gets boring. Cool. So what I'd like you to do is, if you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. To get nice and comfortable, if you want, you can lie down. You can sit up. Completely up to you. We're going to take your body on a journey and through an experience, because I've been like channeling, spiritual information for a very long time, and I think it's great to have information. Information is good. We need it, but I'm really, really interested in integrating that information into reality now. That's the thing that interests me the most. Like, how can we actually embody this, live it, breathe it? So that's what I want to do with you today, is just to actually go in and have an experience. I'd like to invite you into a place of self-acceptance, a place of no judgment, a place of childlike inquiry, childlike exploration, where you allow yourself to be exactly where you are right now. So there's no doing it right or doing it wrong. There's just observing, experiencing exactly where you are right now. Can I ask you to welcome yourself into that space? And begin just by taking some beautiful, deep breaths into your body. And welcoming yourself here, into this moment. So So we've been very much trained in an energy that's about achievement, about action, about going for things, about making things happen, which is great and it's fun, and there's space for that energy. But this process is about something different. This is about uncovering and discovering what is within you now. And your sexuality, your sexual energy, is a part of this journey. The uncovering of aspects of yourself, of your energy, that actually carry everything that you've been asking for and longing for and desiring within you. So as much as we're ready and able, we're going to go and deep dive within and uncover, discover more of the great wealth and abundance that lie deep within yourself. And your sexuality, your sexual energy is part of the key, unlocking this great power, this great energy within you. And we've been very clever. Women have been very, very clever. And in some ways, we have unconsciously made choices to lock our wealth away, lock our jewels away, hide them, bury them, for all sorts of reasons. And in some ways, that's been put upon this feminine energy through history. It's been, suppressed and abused. But also, as women, each of us individually, unconsciously often, have made choices to hide and lock away, shut away our wealth, our abundance, our gifts, our sexual energy. For all sorts of interesting, fascinating reasons. Maybe not feeling safe. But as empowered women, embodied women, we're now ready to reconnect and reawaken these parts of ourselves, knowing that we are safe, we can hold our own, and it's time. So take another deep breath. I'd like you to imagine taking a deep breath down into your womb space. And what I want you to know is the energy that's coming through for all of us today is here to open you and awaken you on the level that you're ready to experience today. So let's trust in the unraveling and the timing of it all. Taking another deep breath into your womb, into your belly, into your pelvic floor, to your vagina, to your anus, your hips, the whole part of your body. We're going to breathe your focus, your presence, your attention into that part of your body. Saying hello. And simply your presence and your focus and your attention in this part of your body will start to move things. When you inquire or explore around the subject, any subject for that matter, the subject of sexuality, it's going to start moving energy. So breathe. Simply breathe with whatever is there, whatever arises. I'd like you to take a moment to think about what you want. What do you want to have, to experience, to feel? Take a moment to think about that, to get clear on what you want. It could be a whole bunch of things, but let's start with maybe one or two or three things. Keep it simple. You want to have, to experience, to feel, to embody. What I'd like you to do is to take that want, that what you're asking for, what you're ready for, and imagine bringing it into your womb space, this center of creation. Our minds are trained to think that what we want is outside of us, and it often even looks that way. And what we're doing here with exploring, manifesting, creating abundance, sexuality, is about remembering or reawakening this energy, these energies that actually lie within you. They're actually within you. That you are the source of creation. Our minds find that quite hard to get, so we go down into the room and let our bodies show us. Bring your desires into your room. Bring it home. Okay. So now I'd like you to just think, I think we all know what the answer will be, is what allows a woman to experience the greatest sexual pleasure? Is it when she's stressed, when she's tense, when she's running around? Or is it when she's relaxed, when she's open, when she feels well supported? So we're going to invite your body as much as you're able. And again, we're just going to a space of total acceptance, exactly where you are. And even if you want, put your hands on top of your yoni or your belly or your hips, wherever you like. We're going to invite your body to begin to relax. The tension and holding in the hips, pelvic floor, in the belly. And keep breathing. When you're relaxed, you can drop into yourself. Land into yourself even more. Come home, out of the thinking mind, into that deep embodied place, deep grounded. We're calling you home, deep into your center, inviting your body to relax and release. So your desires and wants, you can imagine that they're deep in your belly now. You've placed them there. You are the source of creation. Everything that you desire is within you. And the feminine power, one of the ways that we manifest and create is through our sexual energy, through the energy of attraction, through attracting towards us what we desire. It's like seducing, using the energy of seduction. You can inspire life, seduce life to bring you all that you desire. And yes, we have a balance of masculine and feminine energies. But today we're awakening this feminine sexual energy, the feminine sexual power, which will contribute to manifesting, to your abundance, to wealth, joy, pleasure, freedom, love. And breathe deep into your body. You're giving your body permission to awaken the pleasure, to awaken the sexual energy, to awaken the power. We allow you, we give yourself permission to fully embody all of that, to be the embodiment of pleasure, to embody your sexual energy, to embody your power, your sexual power. And breathe deep into your belly. You become like an attracting magnet. Give your body permission to suck it up, to attract it in, to welcome it in. To seduce money towards you. Often how traditionally a woman may attract a man, she kind of seduces. Giving permission to seduce all that you desire towards you. It's like our secret power, the secret sauce ingredient. It helps us to create a place of relaxation. Just like how we experience sexual pleasure as women when we're relaxed. A stressed out woman isn't going to be experiencing as much pleasure. Giving yourself permission to live a life of pleasure. Breathe deep into whatever comes up for you. Deep into your hips, deep into your buttocks, sitting right into your seat. What's also happening is you're claiming yourself. You could call it getting really grounded, embodied. And this is a woman who knows what she wants. Taking the reins of her life. Sitting back in the saddle, nice and relaxed. I actually went for a horse riding lesson today. It was very much about like sit back in the saddle and relax your hips and then move with the horse. But having good posture. Sit back in the saddle of your life. Relax your hips. And our poor minds can get very confused because the system of our mind might be running off old programs, belief systems, and it's like it might be in complete opposition to this information of our womb, information of our sexual energy. So bless our lovely minds. Whatever thoughts are coming up, like, oh, I love you, mind, love you, thoughts, calming it all down. Old programming from our parents and our ancestors and our family and our society. All of that will need to shift its way out in its own time. To breathe right down to your center. I get these visuals of it's like caves in the earth, with unlocking and discovering these ancient caves deep in the earth. And that's like the deep cave, deep in our belly, deep in our womb, uncovering, discovering all that's in there, welcoming it. And hold space for whatever information is ready for you to know, ready for you to discover. Breathe deep into your belly. So, for many of us, we're all unique and all different, but there's also themes that pop up again and again for women. We've often hidden an aspect of our sexual energy or our power away deep in our body. And sometimes it's a part of us that we've judged to be bad, too much, scary. Some women feel they don't trust their power. That if I bring this out, women won't like me. I'll be cast out. There's a whole lot of interesting things that come up for women around connecting to the sexual energy. And it's like, it's never boring. So what I'd like to do for just a moment is I'm going to say this generally, your body knows how to do this. Your mind might not really get it. Your body knows how to do this. So trust your body. Breathe down into your body. I'm going to invite you to fully embrace your shadow. We're going to fully embody and embrace all the parts of you that you've judged to be bad or wrong or shameful or unlovable or too much. And we're going to embrace it all. Welcome it all. And we often hold this stuff deep in our belly and deep in our base chakras and sacral chakras. So when we're reconnecting, it's like we're embodying, we're landing into the shadow, we're landing into any aspects of yourself that have not been held, that you abandoned somewhere, somehow. Because for all sorts of reasons. Now we're just going to go and embrace it. Welcome the shadow, the ugly parts, the bad parts, the shameful parts, the sinful parts, the too much parts, the angry parts. And breathe into there. We know what a premenstrual woman can be like. I feel like this is like we tap on those parts of our menstrual cycle. We're tapping on those unmet parts. It's like, don't fuck with me parts. We're going to embrace all of it now. Breathe deep down into your belly. When these shadow aspects are held, when they're met, when you embody them, it turns into gold. Shadow is only shadow when it's not met. But when you embody your shadow, when you meet it, when you love it, when you embrace it, it transforms into the most extraordinary gifts. So that which you might think is too much is actually like where your greatest power is. They welcome it. It's beautiful, even if you judge it to be other than. And what we're doing for your body, we're landing down into your tailbone, down into your coccyx. So you're getting really nice and grounded, really holding yourself in yourself. Right back into your tailbone, into your bum, your butt cheeks, your butt cheeks are squeezed. We're landing right back, so you're sitting right deep into your body. And the image I get is like the queen sitting in her throne. Beautiful, powerful ruler, queen, sitting back into the support of the throne. Similar to your tailbone, sitting down into the support of your tailbone, back, queen, legs slightly spread. Being willing to be served, being willing to be looked after, but in this incredible space of power. Keep breathing. That queen knows what is required for her kingdom. Sit back into your seat of power. You know. Imagining or allowing your vagina to open, to relax, your hips relax. Let that magic, that spark of opening, of pleasure, of joy, to lead you. It has a consciousness. It knows how to create. It just does it in a different way to how our minds say, how the masculine energy creates. It attracts in, it seduces, sucks in, and it knows how to go what she wants. And it's the most, the female sexual energy is the most attractive energy. We know this is women. It's a very, very attractive energy. Use it. Don't be afraid to use it. Okay. So what I'd like to just talk about very quickly is this connection between our mind and our heart and our sexual energy, our womb or our vaginas. Ideally, we want all these centers linked, so we're fully embodied, fully aligned. Bless our sweet minds, they're like slightly outdated computer systems in some ways, but we have this incredible consciousness of our heart center. And like, I think all of you have done a lot of work in this area already. We're connecting our heart consciousness to our womb consciousness, our heart to our vaginas, so that everything that we create from our sexual energy is aligned with the heart. So what I want to say is you can trust yourself. Trust yourself because it's linked to this heart consciousness. And our vaginas, our womb space, know how to create and manifest in the world. It's like that ground, we take it from our vaginas down through our base chakra, down into the earth, to create in real life, in the world, in the physical, in our bank accounts. So I say, trust yourself. It's okay. It's all linked. And then the heart informs the mind, forms of thinking eventually. The mind that sometimes takes a while to catch up. And then the heart informs the yoni, vagina. And then our vaginas know how to attract in around from life. Welcoming it. Take one more deep breath into your body. And releasing and holding tension, old energies that no longer serve you with the exhale. And one more time, deep breath in. And it's giving your body, mind, energy to release and let go of anything, everything that's no longer serving you. And release that through your body. Send it out. And one more good breath. Breathe into your body. Calling you home. And releasing anything that no longer serves you. With the exhale, letting it go. I call that your bullshitter. We're just releasing the bullshitter. The part of you that lies to yourself about who you are, what you're capable of. Beautiful. And let's take a moment just to give thanks to yourself. And what I love is this idea of bowing down. We bow down. It's like bowing down that mind, that thinking mind, down to a great wise womb, where we can bow it down to the earth. But it's like, what if we bow ourselves down to our sacred sexual energy? Like, oh my God, you, like, it's kind of how men do, like, oh my God, amazing, and they get obsessed with vaginas. Oh, but what if we do that to ourselves? Bow down and honor. Oh my gosh, so sorry I haven't been fully listening to you. What do you have to say? I honor you. I sit with you and listen to you. I'm going to come back and reconnect with you. Oh, wise vagina of mine. Oh, wise sexual energy. Guide me, show me the way. So it's also just starting a dialogue, starting this reconnecting, like remembering, reawakening. And what I recommend is spending time connecting with this part of you every day, saying hello. It's amazing how quickly we can clamp up. We go, oh, hello, hello. So honoring yourself, giving thanks to yourself, remembering yourself. Oh my God, and this last thing I just want to say is, everywhere you've been giving your power away, let's clean it back now. Everywhere you've been giving your energy away, let's claim it back. It's like reeling, like the fishing line, reeling it in, right into your center. An embodied sexual woman, a woman who's really open in her sexual energy, she knows the power. She sits back, relaxes, and allows things. Don't be afraid to release that energy in your life. Breathe in once more. Thank you. Remembering that seat. Sitting back in your seat, back in your throne. Landing home, coming home. And then very slowly, when you're ready, we can begin to come around